Hi, this short video is going to be about riding motorbikes in Thailand and renting them, some of the pitfalls that you can watch out for, some of the scams and some safety and legal issues as well. So these things, this is a Honda Click, they're a great way to get around Thailand, they're cheap, you can rent them just about anywhere, but having said that, they aren't always safe. Thai roads are very unpredictable. Drivers here don't follow the same safety standards that they do in other countries. People turn in front of you. People don't use their indicators. The roads themselves aren't always safe. There's gravel roads like this one. There's potholes in roads. There's animals. Dogs occasionally run out at you. Cats, snakes you'll see on the road. So really Thailand isn't a good place to learn to ride a motorbike. If you haven't ridden one before, probably best you rent a car while you're here to get around. They're a lot safer. So firstly, the legal requirements. You do need a driver's license and you also need an international license issued in your own country. That's for the legal requirements. Otherwise, if you do have an accident, you might find that you are liable for everything, the cost of the bike, your own injuries and for the injuries of any other people and their property that you may cause. As you can see, this isn't a sock. This is my first accident in Thailand. I've broken my ankle. I'm out of action for 2 to 3 months. It cost me quite a bit, about $1,700 US. Thankfully the motorbike wasn't injured. It was fine. It cost me 550 baht for repairs on that. So where do you rent these things? You'll find shops all over the place. There's shops in pretty much every town in Thailand. You'll see motorbikes out the front lined up and you can go in there and rent them. They generally cost between 150 baht to 300 baht per day, depending on what sort of motorbike you get and depending when you're renting it, from where, from who, all those sorts of things. To rent a motorbike, generally they will ask for your passport. I've given my passport over many times without any problem. I've rented bikes in Krabi, Phuket, Ao Nang, never had an issue, but there are some unscrupulous operators out there. So generally it's a good idea to get some sort of reference. Ask at your hotel, ask at your guest house, ask friends or other travellers, or get on a forum like Thai Visa or TripAdvisor and see what other people are saying. Ask where you can find a decent operator. So if you do have an accident while you're here and on a rented motorbike, you will be liable for the cost. That includes tyres as well. This is to protect the operators mainly because they want their motorbikes being returned in good condition. Generally, you will have to leave your passport. Some will accept a license as deposit for the bike. Some will accept cash. It depends on who you're renting it from. If you do leave your passport, carry a photocopy of your passport with you at all times. And also, it is a good idea to carry your license with you at all times. That is a requirement of Thai law. So yeah, if you get a flat tyre as well, you'll find there's plenty of tyre shops around. They generally have tyres hanging up out the front. You can go in there and a repair for a patch will cost you 30 to 60 baht, or for a new tube cost you anywhere from 120 to 300 baht, depending on how much of the bike they have to take off to replace it. So that's renting the bikes. Once you get the bike, inspect it thoroughly, go around it, check for any injuries or any damage that the bike has already, because sometimes people have been known to have returned bikes and the person they've returned it from said, you've made this scratch, you have to pay for it, and repairs can be quite costly. If you do drop the bike or have an accident, it's a good idea to fess up, take responsibility for your actions. Having said that, it may also be cheaper for you to get the repairs done yourself. There's plenty of bike repair shops around the place. So when you rent the bike, go around the bike, inspect it, make a note on the contract of any damage, or go around it with your phone or your camera, take photos in front of the shop or video in front of the shop so that you know exactly what damage was on the bike when you rented it. Once you take it out, you find there's two types of bikes. There are automatic and manual, or semi-manual. Generally the semi-manual or semi-automatics are a bit harder to drive. They only have one brake here, the front brake. It's a good idea not to use your front brake too much. A lot of people come off by braking too heavily on the front and sliding the bike, losing control of it. So this one's an automatic. Semi-automatics have the front brake here, accelerator here, and they've got a brake, foot brake down here, and then on the other side they have a gear shift pedal. This one is an automatic, easy to ride. You've got your back brake on the left hand side, your front brake on the right hand side, and your accelerator. Again, good idea not to use your front brake, especially not in wet weather. It's a good idea. It's a good way to lose control of your motorbike. So this basically, put the stand up, put the key in, turn it on. You got your start here, indicators here, high beam, low beam here, and a horn just here. Use your mirrors, use your indicators. You'll find a lot of people don't do that in Thailand, but for your own safety and the safety of others, good idea to do that. Also, before you check the bike, check the tyres, check for air pressure, check the fuel, and check for tread on the tyre. So when you rent your bike, take it out, give it a test run, go around the local streets, ideally quiet streets. And as I said before, Thailand's not a good place to learn to ride bikes. I've seen a lot of tourists who've come off who haven't ridden before, even experienced people come off regularly. The last 6 months, I know of about 14 people who've had accidents on their bikes. Thankfully, most of them have been minor. Mine's been about the most serious. So, yeah, some safety tips: don't go fast. There's really no need. If you want the thrill, well, it's there, but you have an accident at a high speed, then you're going to be injured a lot more than if you're at a low speed. And as I said before, Thailand's roads are unpredictable, so there's no telling what will jump out in front of you. If you're travelling at a low speed, it's a lot easier to deal with it. What other safety tips? Always wear a helmet. The place you rent it from should have helmets provided. Wear your helmet, it's there for a reason. It might not be the best helmet in the world, but it's going to be a bit more protective than if you were wearing no helmet at all. Also, wear glasses. It's a good idea, or the visor on the bike. Wear glasses at night. There's a lot of big bugs around in Thailand, especially in the evenings and in the mornings, and they potentially can injure you, hurt you. I've had a big bug hit me in the cheek. Thankfully it missed my eye, but I always wear glasses now. So there's a few tips. There's some other things. If you Google it, check out some safety tips. I'll make a note of some in the text below this video. So happy motoring. Most people have no problems here, but some people do. If you drive safely, drive defensively, you should be alright. So have fun in Thailand. Thanks, see ya.